video has popped up on my For You page twice now. It's of this interracial couple, and the white girlfriend is asking her black boyfriend why he dates white girls.
In your opinion, why do a lot of black men go for white chicks?
I mean, in my opinion, black girls, no offense, they just have more attitude. Not that white girls don't have attitude, but I think black girls have more attitude. And I don't know, for me, myself, I'm just more compatible with a white woman, I guess. I don't know.
He's backpedaling.
Do you think that was a good answer?
I feel like I've heard that somewhere before.
Heard what?
Exactly what he said.
Yeah, but if you've been online at any point, you've heard, this said. And the thing is that it's said by, I don't even know where it comes from. I don't even know if it's said by a lot of people, but I've heard it before too. I guess the question does come up online a lot. It's like why they're interracial couples, interracial dating. Like why do black guys date white girls? Why do white girls date black guys? And I know you're going to be like, why do black men and white women? Anyway, I ain't never really thought that deep about it. So most people are going to be like, no, you have thought that deep about it. I've really not thought that deeply about it. Now, I do recognize that you are white. Let's listen to some more of the video.
We're going to translate that. Black women won't put up with my bullshit, but white women will. So I run to white women because black women will not allow me to get over on them like white women will. Also, some of us want to be in the same placement that white men are in, and some of us actually want to be white men. So being with a white woman is the closest we can get to that. Some of us haven't dealt with our self-hatred issues, and when we date black women, we're forced to see it. And that makes us uncomfortable. So we'll go to white women or non-black women because we cannot mend ourselves. I fixed it. You're welcome.
So I have heard this actually quite a bit also. And so I don't know if I do have self-hatred for myself. Honestly, I don't feel like I do. And so I don't know if I have self-hatred for black people. But the thing is that if you ask anybody online about me and about me being with a white woman, that's what they're going to say is that I hate myself. I hate all black people and yada, yada, that I have to. And here's the thing. Listen, if you know me better than I do, then so be it. But I can say is that that's just not the way that I feel. I have dated, I don't know about you. Yeah. I have dated black women and white women. And you have dated white men and...
I was married to a white man for almost half of my life.
At the end of the day, it just comes down to, who you like, who you're compatible with. For me. Now, I do understand there may be some people, of either race that may date a certain race. Some people date black people just because they only want to date black people. Some white people date white people because they only want to date white people. But at the end of the day, I really don't care why somebody's doing what they're doing. I really don't care about the preference. But you will hear a lot of people throwing what they feel like are their thoughts, insecurities, or, some of their... I don't even know if it's jealousy. I would think it's just some of... it may be. It may be some of their jealousy.
For some, I think it is.
Yeah. Now, if you raise your hand like this guy did and spit it out your mouth, then, hey, it's out there then.
Well, that was the funny thing is she asked him... why most men, and he said,
I think she asked why he, because he gave a first person answer. He didn't give
a first person answer when she asked the third person question. He put himself out there in that position.
See?
In your opinion, why do a lot of black men go for?
In your opinion, that's so. In his opinion, he could have just left it as I think because. But he put it on him with that comment. I think that's why he tried to back at him.
So his opinion, listen, he can't speak for all black men that are in, interracial relationships. For him to say, I, think because of this, yeah.
He can have an opinion. He can have an opinion.
I'm speaking for myself. And so I can't speak for all black men, or I can't speak for a lot of black men that are in my situation, because just for me, it's not I'm trying to run away from something. It's just that I found somebody I'm compatible with. Some people may have preferences on skin color. I personally don't. Now, I'm going to speak for myself. I can't speak for you. I don't know if I really want you to speak. It's because a lot of times you say something that I might have to remove. No matter what you say, people are going to have something to say about it.
So the brother expressed his preference and he was immediately shamed, and he looked like he was a little uncomfortable, even though he still talked about it. He says the things that a lot of brothers say. Black women are aggressive. Black women are overly emotional. Black women are not submissive. They're not feminine or fit. They're always causing issues. They're always questioning you. They're always on your ass. Is it true? Is it just a generalization? Is it just some BS that men are making up? But hey, I like women in general. I'm not about to be saying anything about sisters, even though a lot of you guys like, JR, he needs to say it. Why wouldn't he say it? He has to say it. He has to call these hoes out. Now, the young lady that always wears the bonnet and light-skinned girl always says something that black women tend to say. You can get over on white women. You can pull a fast one. They'll let you get away with anything. You can cheat. You use them. You do these things. Babe.
So I will say, listen to a lot of this online content, is that I started listening to online content when the Kevin Samuels thing was going on. I think a lot of people listen to the Kevin Samuels thing to hear him dunk on women, and especially black women. Here's the thing. I really wasn't interested in those segments. I listened to them. Honestly, I took them as almost like watching Family Feud. It's just like a game show. It just wasn't anything serious for me.
How it played out.
Yeah, just see how it played out. So I didn't take any of that stuff because my experiences in growing up, I have a lot of black women in my family that are very successful, that are, have very high paying careers and different things like that. And so I can see some of what he was saying, but at the same time, it's like I have a lot of black women in my family who are, happily in relationships and things like that. So I can see both sides. So the thing is, when he was dunking on people, his worldview didn't necessarily pertain to mine of black women. But I do see where some of the stuff that he has said has trickled, on, and for some of these other content creators, is that they're constantly, listen, I'm on the black YouTube side, so everything that shows in my feed is almost something to deal with black YouTube. I can see where black men are dunking on black women all the time. And to be honest with you, I do think it is a little excessive. A lot of excessive, because when it comes down to it, I mean, you have a choice of who you want to talk to, and the thing is that if somebody doesn't match, what you're looking for as far as character traits and different things like that, you don't have to talk to them. You can find somebody else to talk to, and I think the problem that we run into is that a lot of people are vetting the wrong people, and then they get in these relationships, and just because somebody looks good or looks a certain way doesn't mean that they're going to have the character traits for you that are good for you as in a relationship, or even just to be around. But at the end of the day, like, hey, you just got to find somebody that you're compatible with.
Now, I don't agree with putting down your race in a video like this on this format. You can keep it tasteful and saying, hey, love who I love. If you want to add subtle differences of things, that's completely different.
Now, for the people that go out here and say all this stuff online, is that I date white women because black women are this and black women because of that. I don't know what their past experiences have been.
Yeah. And how can you generalize? Like, how can you group together everybody? Like, have you talked to every black woman out there? No. I mean,
yeah, I don't,
you can't stereotype a whole race just by your experience maybe with a few people.
Listen, there's a lot of white women that I wouldn't talk to. And it's not just because, again, it's just, listen, we went out last night. So there are some challenges that come with an interracial relationship, because we go to, it's not a lot of spots where you go to where there's going to be just a good mixture of just black and white people, especially when you're trying to go out at night. You know what I'm saying? After 10 o'clock, it's almost like the races divide. During the day, you might see some people at the bar, but at night, there are a few places around us. But there's more, there's
white spots
and there's black spots. And so usually we either go to a pretty much all black spot where she's the only white person. So last night we went to all white spot, and there are just different vibes. And so white people, no, I'm not going to, and see, here I am lumping all white people.
You could talk about the white people we saw last night.
So the white people that we were around last night had no concept of, how you say, space? Boundaries.
Personal space.
Which means that when they were dancing or attempting to dance, they were just bumping all into you. Yeah. And so, when you go to black spaces, that black people that go to black, you just don't be bumping into black people like that.
No.
If you're on the dance floor, it's like we dance, but we don't just be bumping into,
rubbing up against somebody like without even acknowledging
falling up
it.
against somebody drunk and laughing about it. Like this, this is not. And so you do have to learn to be in a interracial relationship because there are different things and different vibes depending on the scenes that you're at and the different places that you go. So there, and also being in a interracial relationship. I don't know. I have learned to be a little more understanding of some of the conversations sometimes.
Like?
So in some of the circles we hang out in, that, I would say in all the circles that we hang out in on my side, I think a lot of white people have been in those circles. And so black people act, black people have been around white people. I feel like in some of the circles that we hang around with you sometimes is that the white people haven't, since high school, that they haven't been around black people that much, and they're basically, and they're based on a lot of stuff of what they, hear in the news off of just, a blanket of all black people. And so I get a lot of questions, and, and here's the thing. Just a lot of questions on how I feel about things and stuff like that. And the thing is that, listen, it doesn't bother me. But, I have learned that sometimes people don't know how to ask a question in a appropriate way. They're not trying to, but they don't know how to articulate.
But at least they're asking questions.
Yeah, but they're asking questions.
They're not just assuming.
Yeah, so, but it's not the best articulate way where I can see where somebody else might get offended by the way the question was asked, but it's not being asked. They just don't know how to ask it.
They're direct?
No, it's not a malice question. It's just like, it's just like a lot of stuff. It's more stuff that are based around news and how news kind of hypes up, the racial wars and different things like that. And so they just ask me how I feel about stuff like that. And to be honest with you, listen, I can see both sides of a lot of different stories. And even though, something may happen, I can see it from the black side, and I can also kind of see it from the white side too, just because I've been in both areas. And so anyway, at the end of the day, I know I got off topic. I'm kind of I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about now. Like, what were we supposed to be talking about? What were we supposed to be?
You're just as bad as the white woman